the Falcons were fined $250,000, and Jeff Ulbrich got a $100,000 fine for the prank call, making this one of the most expensive prank calls in history.
Okay, let's talk about that for the hottest of seconds. First of all, if we mentioned this a little bit on Monday, if your child, because he went on the iPad and like got the phone number, that was what the story was, right?
Yes.
If you were the defensive coordinator for an NFL team and your fully ass grown child, right, 21 years old, right? That's right. Went onto your iPad, stole a phone number for a prospect, made a prank phone call, and now got you fined $100,000 and your dad's boss fined $250,000. Do you ever see the light of day again?
Disowned.
I dropped something in my childhood and it was like, no, it's over. Could you imagine getting your dad fined $100,000?
No.
You are disowned. You're out of the will. You're shown. It's basically Succession with the line crossed out. Yeah, holy crap. Yeah. You know what? Mines, yes. Yeah. 350. Yeah, I'd be dead.
Yeah. The reasoning is what I wanted to pull up here. Failing to prevent the disclosure of confidential information distributed to the club in advance of the NFL draft.
Do you think he had a password and was it 12345? Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
I don't know, man. I think a little bit of the backstory there is Shedeur had to change his number before the draft. I think he might have changed his phone number twice because people getting his number.
He got a certain phone. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was that's why when the prank happened, it was a little bit strange because we got fed the story that, the only people that had access to his number were NFL clubs and organizations. And that's when people oh shit, something else happened there. Mm-hmm. But my dad, he wanted to be a hard ass, I think, when we were kids because his dad was a hard ass, but my mom never let that happen. So we were raised pretty soft. I did break a window once with a golf ball. I was trying to hit my sister, and luckily I didn't.
Hold on, you tried to hit your sister with a golf ball?
Her and her friend were on the swing set, and I tried to hit him with the golf ball. Missed them.
With the club?
Real golf ball. After my dad told me I could only play with a wiffle ball in the backyard to practice my golf swing. Broke the window. Then my friend, my fucking coward of a friend, ran inside and told my dad what happened. I'll never forgive you for that, Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon.
Brandon.
Wait, so you got a Brandon friend?
Yeah, he was. We were both Brandons.
Are you still friends with him today?
Yeah.
You've obviously never forgiven him for this golf story.
No, never. Ran in and told on me, and my dad came out and saw what happened, and he was so mad. The only thing he could think to do is he ran over and kicked me in the butt. Not super hard, but kicked me in the butt. And I imagine if at 21, I can't I just think of Michael Scott spanking his nephew in the thing. I feel like that would have happened. And I never got spanked growing up, but I feel like that would have been a spanking situation.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, when I blew my knee out in college because I was drunk, the shame I felt.
That to the window?
Yeah, the shame I felt returning to my family because I had to get my MRI when I was back at home with my parents. My mom's like, something's wrong with your leg. I'm taking you to the doctor.
Because it's falling off.
But being oh yeah, this happened because I was drunk. I was 21, same age as Ulbricht's kid. I just felt so bad I was this decision's affecting my parents now. Mm-hmm. And because I was on their insurance, so they had to pay for that surgery. Surgeries. But this is way worse. This prank is way worse.
It's so much worse. It's
so much worse.
Yeah. See, Raphael, I don't think it's hypocritical. I think this is the one that just got the most amount of attention because Shedeur Sanders got all the attention for 3 days during the draft, right? And I feel because you had a prospect that was going, potential, or at least was mocked to go in the first round and to fall to day 3. I mean, when that happened, I was like, yeah, it's kind of just a douchey move. And then you heard that these other pranks happened, right? So like Tyler Warren got. So how did that happen? Did they not get like new phones too? Is that just a scenario where, because I didn't hear, that's just me, I haven't heard much from the other prank phone calls, because I imagine that Ulbricht's son just did this one.
Yeah.
Unless he was a serial prank caller and just did it throughout the entire draft.
One guy I wouldn't be pranking is Tyler Warren.
No, I wouldn't either.
I'm not pranking giant tight end.
No.
Maybe a speedy returner I'd prank.
Sure.
I wouldn't even prank the Broncos' new punter they drafted. Crawshaw. That dude's like 6'4". So I'm running a few punts. I'm like, ooh, this guy's got some fake potential.
Oh yeah, my last name is completely gone. I don't even have a name anymore. $100,000, $100,000.
Yeah.
What? Hold on.
And I know Ulbricht's got, he's got interim coach money, but come on now, $100K out the door.
Let's see. So Ulbricht, his estimated salary with the Jets was $1.6 million
before taxes.
Okay, there's no public number, but yeah, $100,000. I'm sleeping outside. I'm digging a hole to go to the bathroom. Yeah,
if I was Jeff and like I'm paying for my kid's college, like I'm not anymore, motherfucker.
Yeah,
you're gonna pay for college.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, you're taking out loans and you're like, I'm in debt forever. Oh well, that's it. That's how it goes.
It is a funny story. I think there's like people try and make like the prank. They try to make it a little too serious. Like, oh my God, this is heartbreaking.
I think it's just a douchey thing to do.
It is a very douchey thing to do. But it it's just. I think
it'd be worse if he didn't get drafted. Let me put it that way, right? Because like the night that it happened, I was like, oh, that's kicking a guy while he's down, right?
Yeah, it's a low thing to do.
A low blow. And then, for him to get drafted, in the 5th round, you're kind of like, okay, he got drafted, like it kind of worked itself out. And now, you're costing the organization and your dad $350,000 combined, which can you imagine that? Like, I don't know the family dynamic, that like the Falcons knew I have to imagine they know his son, right? Maybe he's come to a few games. He's hung out in the suite a few times. Not anymore. You're paying for a ticket, general admission, and you're going all the way up. You're getting the Jordan Love family seats in Kansas City.
If your dad's nickname is Brick, also not a guy you probably want to piss off.
Yep. Hey, listen, prank phone calls, I get it. I did them when I was younger. Not when I was 21 years old, but I did it, not to NFL players, but...
No.
Yeah, Sanders might track him down. It might not.
Dude, I think next year we got to see somebody's house get TP'd during the draft. Somebody's house got to get TP'd while they're getting drafted. That's the next move.